Does estrogen cause breast cancer? Dr. Deb here, and we are going to dive into this controversy today because this is myth. In fact, the very study that started this whole myth going was the Women's Health Initiative study. And in this exact study, what it really showed is that women who were on estrogen replacement therapy had a decreased risk of breast cancer. Not only did they not have an increase in the risk, they had a decrease in the risk of breast cancer. So if that's what the study showed, why does every doctor and all women, quote unquote, know that estrogen increases the risks of getting breast cancer? Well, the answer is, in that study, there were some women who were given a combo pill. They were given estrogen and progesterone. But at that time, the form of progesterone that we were using was a synthetic drug form. It was called medroxyprogesterone acetate. That specific drug was causing a very slight increase in the risk for breast cancer. There were 7 extra breast cancers for every 10,000 women, which is less than 1% of all women on hormones getting breast cancer. But what the media trumpeted is that there was a very significant risk for breast cancer. They made it sound like women were dropping like flies, and women and their doctors were terrified of hormone replacement therapy. And overnight, it went from being the greatest thing since sliced bread to something that was bad and dangerous. But in that very same study, there was a group of women who didn't get the combo pill. They only got estrogen. And those women did not have an increase in the risk for breast cancer. In fact, they had a decreased risk. And it didn't matter how old they were. It didn't matter if they were in their 50s or their 60s or their 70s. None of those women statistically had an increase in the risk for breast cancer. So of course, some women still got breast cancer, hormones or no hormones, but the number wasn't more because of being on estrogen therapy. And what we have done as doctors and as the medical system is we've painted all hormones with the same brush. We just called it hormone replacement therapy. We didn't distinguish between whether it was a synthetic form or the natural form, whether it included the progesterone drug in it or whether it didn't. And we've done this huge disservice by scaring an entire generation of women off hormones. When I was in medical school in the 90s, what we were taught is that all women should go on hormone replacement therapy because it was going to help to protect their heart and their brain and their bones, and it was going to keep them healthy into old age. In Britain, all women are eligible to have hormone replacement therapy for free because they know that it helps women stay healthier as they age, and therefore it's going to cut back on the medical expenses of their entire medical system. So women are encouraged to be on hormone therapy, and it is provided for free. In the United States, we haven't got there yet. Doctors are still spooked by that study that sort of seemingly came out of the blue because we don't want to be doing something that's going to increase harms to our patient or increase risks. As women, we're terrified of breast cancer in a way that we're not afraid of heart disease, even though most of us are going to die of heart disease, not from breast cancer. So breast cancer has this whole hysteria around it. Hormones have this whole hysteria around it, but it is a myth. The drug form of progesterone carries a very slight increase in the risk for breast cancer, so don't take that. The natural form of progesterone has not been shown to increase the risk for breast cancer. No woman should suffer unnecessarily. It's always a choice whether you want to be on hormone replacement therapy or not, but there is no need to suffer out of fear because you deserve to love the way you feel.